Taurus Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and Cross Watchers. Welcome to your timeless shadow reading. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons Mal. For short, they are my initials. I'm not bad, it's just spelled like that. I am a professional witch. I am a professional intuitive. I am the president of Jarring the Circle Productions since 1998, author of 2 different books, with a 3rd one on the way. We got spell ingredients from a professional witch, as well as words of grace from a professional witch. There is a Kindle version available of Words of Grace, and if you click the link in the description box, you can preview it for free and see, among other things, the table of contents, and you'll see that the book is divided into chakra chapters. There are chakras in this reading. It may be helpful. The original version of Words of Grace, as well as the only version of spell ingredients, though, that's not on Kindle, is over on patreon.com in our digital store, which anybody can shop. You don't even need to be a subscriber to check it out. Some of my patrons actually get those books, as well as the audio and video stuff on there, depending on their level of subscription. But all of them, as long as they are subscribers, get 3 benefits in common. They get a daily check-in. I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link pretty much every single day. Talk about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications. Today's a full moon, so we did a little full moon thing. It was just really, really cool. They also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s. All of my extended readings are timeless and relationship stuff based. They also get an extensive discount on private sessions with me, spiritual counseling and readings and all that stuff in person on Zoom. And we'll talk about it at the end of the video if you want more info for that. You can follow us for free as a seeker or a human, our first 2 levels of subscription, as well as you can just follow us for free. You don't have to pay a cent and get the public content that I'm putting out over there, and I do put out quite a bit, and I've got some cool ideas for more. So if you feel so drawn, if you feel so called, just click the link, look at the menu, right? It's a good menu. We got a lot of good stuff going on there. And if you want, come Patreon on Patreon, because I'm the Archangel of Lions, Mark Angelo Lyons. But you can just call me Mal. Hi, and I'm a Virgo. Us Earth signs gotta support each other. Welcome if you are new. We're gonna do a little explanation before we get into the divination, because even if you've caught the 8-card draw shadow reads, things have changed. First of all, I'm no longer living on Long Island. I am in Saratoga Springs in my temple/studio here, making videos again, and it's really, really fun. Still setting things up, doing readings in town at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs. It's a lot going on. So to help with my schedule, I asked my guides, I'm like, really? I have to do the waxing moon and waning moon reads, the 5-card draw waxing, the 8-card draw waning shadow reads. They're like, make them timeless and shift it up. You're in a whole new energy pattern. So here I am. So if you are new Taurus and or cross watcher, we are doing a 7-card draw. Sometimes they're going to be 8, sometimes they're going to be 6. I'm going with where the guides show me before I hit the record button. So these 8 different cards, getting you clues, tips, and hints about absolutely anything. But we're looking at the shadow work, the spiritual alchemy, the healing, the transformation, the transmutation, to heal ourselves and heal this world and all that jazz. So your first card down, first 3 cards are about chakras, and they will stay the same. Actually, the 4th card will stay the same as well for the rest of the readings. We're going to start with Caroline Mace archetype card to show you the archetype going on in your 8th chakra, hovering over your head, sending down all the codes to the other chakras, shifting what you attract and repel in your electromagnetic field so that you have the free will to no longer delay what can't be prevented in your soul contracts and your healing shadow work. I mean, it's really important. So we'll get the heart, third eye crown, the next 4 chakras down with the daughters of the moon for the feminine energy, the internal heart, third eye crown, the stuff behind your eyes. Then we will get 3 mythic tarot for the lower 3 chakras, the masculine, the yang dynamic. Looking at yourself from the outside, or you from the inside, looking at relationships relationships in the physical world, people, places, and things and all that. Sometimes there's mirroring, particularly with cross-watchers. Sometimes the reading's about the cross-watcher in relationship, in this case, to the Taurus. And this will stay the same as well for all of the readings of this series. 1, Whispers of Lord Ganesh. Ganesh, the Hindu elephant-headed god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles. So in between the shadow and the light, the lead, the gold, the lesson, the contract, there are 3 atoms in between lead and gold that have to be released, transformed. If we seize those as symbolic, metaphoric obstacles in terms of the process of shadow work, then he helps with that. 1 card. And these next 2 were specifically chosen for this Taurus read. We're going to get a Divine Animals Oracle, makes sense, right? Earth signs and all of that. The totemic and spirit animal stuff for you. Then we're going to get a Crystal Oracle for another element of Earth. Makes a lot of sense. That one's dedicated to Archangel Ariel. You'll hear why if you're new. And we will get you, of course, a Matt Kahn healing mantra, because it's all about healing. Shadow work is a form of transformative and transmutative, that's a hard word to say, healing process. And there's so much information out there about shadow work. So buyer beware, I'll say that. But at the same time, these are to help, because as one of us alchemizes just a little bit, we shift from a less leaded timeline to a more golden timeline, and we can't screw it up. We can just delay or not delay what cannot be prevented. Infinite quantum timelines and all that. So I think that is our explanation. Let's get into the divination. I know it's a bit much, but dropping people down first time in a shadow reading. I'll give them a little info before they even dip a toe any further. So, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. And I promise you, I will do my best to get into the still point. You'll hear me say it over and over. Because to help anyone, right, alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, their toxicity to health, their fear to love, shifting from illusion to truth, to become happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser versions of themselves in happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser ways for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, because there's one big truth that doesn't need us to believe it, in particular for it to be true. There's only one of us incarnate. There's only one soul, one spirit, one love. Everybody's Bob Marley until it's an election year. So both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath. And let's see what the guides have to say, shall we? Please take a nice deep breath. I know I go on. I'm a Virgo. Still point. Pantheon's override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. I call upon the beloved pantheons of the divine on behalf of the Taurus Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, beloved ones. What is the archetypal pattern in the 8th chakra for the Taurus and or the cross-watchers, indicating the shadow work from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love in this timeless shadow read? Ooh, the Alchemist. This is it. This is alchemy. All right. Oh, and another one jumped. We're not even looking because this is the right card. Now, written on the card is the shadow attribute and the light. I call this lead, this gold, 3 atoms in between, which you can see as obstacles that Ganesh is going to help you remove, because they can't be created or destroyed, only change, matter and energy, blah, blah, blah. So, the shadow here, misuse of power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. I feel a little naked. We've all done it, right? It's written into the script. It's how we learn what the gold is by embracing the shadow, because we've often done it and not even realized that's what we were doing. The gold, the light we're shooting for here, you're shooting for here. Transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. Understanding that even like survival, right, has within it its spiritual lessons, right? The survival family archetypes, all of that kind of stuff, to gain golden wisdom. Wisdom only comes through experience. So there's a certain gold that you get, just wisdom that you get out of the alchemizing the lead to gold in anything, right? Through forgiveness, through breathwork, whatever you want to do. So that is a lovely, lovely start for essentially an alchemical read. All of the shadow reads are. So let's look at those next 4 down: the internal, internal, feminine, whatever you want to call it, heart, third eye, crown. Please, I like this. Please take a nice deep breath. Got a little in it. Breathe. Still point. Goddess's override. Place for everything. And everything in its place. It all belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all, with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. Beloved goddesses, what's going on? Heart, third eye, crown. For the Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross watchers watching this video and drawn to this reading to help them alchemize the alchemist in their 8th chakra in this timeless shadow read. 2 of Blades. 2 of Blades, 2 of Swords, but on the inner we're definitely looking at third eye and throat, element of air. Always a choice, not necessarily a decision. A choice. Decisions are life-changing, like moving to Saratoga, that was life-changing, right? But now I think I'll have another cup of coffee. That's just a choice. It has a consequence, though, right? Everything does. So the written on the words, this is moo, by the way. Fencing, right? 2 women fencing. The key word, analysis. So it is that back and forth, back and forth, back and forth in the mind as you gather information. Yes, the choice is always indicated with 2s in my experience as a tarot reader. But that thing of just sort of gather, like looking at things from different points of view, even at just a 2, it can be incredibly balancing and healing. These are zooming along. Let's get the mythic tarot. Now again, you looking at yourself from the outside, or you from the inside looking at relationships in the world, people, places, things, tribes, groups of friends, one-on-one, as well as your relationship to yourself in the world. And there can be mirroring in that as well. In other words, can be both. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. God's override. A place for everything. In everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all. And with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved gods, please. What does the Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers need to be aware of in their lower 3 chakra, masculine, yang dynamic relationships in the physical world to alchemize the alchemist in the 8th with 2 blades on the inner, and on the outer we've got 7 of Pentacles, a card of appraisal, a card of looking over your work. You'll get back to work in the 8 of Pentacles, but certainly a moment of pause to look back and go, particularly in terms of any golden wisdom you may not have realized you have alchemized through your spiritual practice. Now look, I do several I've been doing this a long time, kids. All sorts of spiritual practices, and I change it up. I'm a Virgo, mutable earth. You're Taurus, fixed earth. You might be more into something that's more physically stimulating, like yoga, tai chi. This is spiritual practice, right? But anything, right? But to stop and look back and see, have you... Look, we're all doing our best. It's not a question of have I done my best with my spiritual practice or whatever you want to call that, right? The spiritual power that you have here, but have you misused it? Sure, when we're terrified, when we're afraid, black candles at midnight on a Saturday, all that kind of stuff. If it's fine. I mean, it's written in. It definitely makes it for a more interesting story, because remember, we're immortal souls that incarnate into bodies to experience this, right? So there is a great lesson here to be learned, and I think golden wisdom, because you can see it in hindsight by facing the shadow, whatever that may be, and then really embrace. It's like, no, I've learned from this, and that sort of wisdom is a wealth that can never be stolen. Just saying. Let's move on. Yay! Yay! I love me some elephants, and I love me some Lord Ganesh. The Whispers of Lord Ganesh from Angela Hartfield. I highly recommend it, even as like a card of the day or a card of the week, whatever. It's just never off for me personally. So let's ask him how to remove them obstacles. Inner and outer. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ganesh override. A place for everything and everything in its place, but all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. Beloved Lord Ganesh, what is your loving, wise, empowered oracle message to help the Taurians and the Crosswatchers alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, shifting, from toxicity to health? I don't like the cards facing up, right? With the Alchemist in the 8th, 2 blades on the inner, and 7 of pentacles on the outer for this timeless shadow read. Spiritual quest! There we go! He's never wrong. Well, he is a god, you know, that's sort of the gig. Being all omniscient and everything. Card number 49. That's why, you know, perfect love and perfect trust of the gods alone. Everybody else got bad days. Here in the game, as it were, you know, we do our best. What card am I looking at here? Oh, sorry, card number 40. It's got that fancy font, you know, sometimes you can't tell what the number is. Spiritual quest. Is this a one-pager? Yes, it is. So I'm just going to read you this really quickly. The message: you are called to realize your full potential and to choose to become a force for good in the world. It's like being, you know, called in by the Justice League or the Avengers. You know, you pick your comic universe. Whether or not you are aware of it, you are embarking on a great spiritual quest. Your soul is leading you to a myriad of discoveries about who you truly are and what you came here to achieve in this lifetime. What's in your contract, honey? And it's an alchemist. It's got an alchemical soul power that's up to you, delay or not delay. Each of us has a unique journey that is tailored especially for us and designed for us to reach our highest potential as the sunlight comes pouring through from the south. For many, this journey will have been preceded by a period of upheaval, confusion, and conflict, which has birthed a desire for greater clarity, 2 of blades on the inner, and concrete answers about the meaning and purpose of your life, 7 of pentacles on the outer. Clickety click click, it's fallen into place. From this spiritual journey you are undertaking, you will gain wisdom, golden wisdom, enlightenment, and an enhanced sense of your personal power. Now, enlightenment, I know it means a lot of different things to different people, but think of it as the opposite of endarkenment or enheavyment, right? Right, there's an epiphany from that often happens with lead to gold, but sometimes we're always alchemizing. We're just not aware of it. From this spiritual I said all that already, didn't I? Yeah. No. From this spiritual journey you are undertaking, you will gain wisdom. As you travel on this path, make a point to commit to the quest and not be tempted by distractions that may cause you to veer off track. And you'll know that lower 3 chakras, right? You pay attention to the lower 3 chakra, the yang intuition, survival intuition. You'll know if your solar plexus goes bleh, don't do it. It's a violation of your boundaries and your ethics and blah, blah, blah. Ganesha urges you to focus your energy less on having and more on simply being. I know, the exact opposite of what we're trying to do in, I will say, the Western world, but it's probably bigger than that. Your spiritual growth can be enhanced by a regular practice of meditation and self-reflection at this time. Alchemist. Boom. Now, the Alchemist, it shares 2 archetypal families. It's both the wisdom family and the divine family. An archetype can do that. It can be both. So you could come, this feels more like from a place of wisdom, but also from your spiritual power as well. Sacred Contracts, Carolyn Mays, MYSS, she's a PhD, and I love her, so let's move on. Yeah. Divine Animals Oracle. Everybody has spirit animals and totems. There's a difference between the two. You do you. For me, a totem is the sum total of all the soul spirit energy of, let's just say, cats, right? Like felines of all different kinds. But then I also have spirit animals that have traveled with me, both completely in the non-physical as well as many that have reincarnated, right? That will reincarnate again. So they are our companions, particularly with shadow work. Think of like a hero on a hero's journey. They got their animal companion there with them. So let's see what the totemic vibe is. Please take a nice deep breath. This feels really good, folks. Like, I'm glad to empath this. Oh, still point. Totemic override. It's sort of one of my favorite pantheons. As I call upon the spirit animals and totems on behalf of the Taurus Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, please, beloved one, which one of you walk with them, swim with them, fly with them, crawl with them, to help them alchemize shadow, light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love, illusion to truth, alchemist in the eighth, two of blades on the inner, seven of pentacles on the outer, on a spiritual quest to remove them, their obstacles in this timeless shadow read. Tarantula. Connections, right? I'm not arachnophobic, I'm snakeophobic. I don't even want to know what the real word is, honestly. That's how snakeophobic I am. Well, I am feline, cats and cucumbers or something like that. Card number 43. There's a lot of info in here from Stacy DeMarco. She's got a really great name. But I am going to read just the meaning and maybe a little bit of the magic, because there's a lot of information in this book. And I can't remember all of it. Why? Because I'm 55 years old. I don't look at things. Thanks, Mom, for the DNA. What is this card number? Oh, what am I doing here? What is that? You kids in your... Oh, it's 13. It just looks like a 4. You kids in your fancy fonts. Get off my lawn. I told you I'm 55. Especially, after all the leaf blowing I had to do. Where are you? She is being sneaky. Well, it is a spider. There is Trincus. I'm still a little arachnophobic. Keyword, connection. It is a time to bring together disparate aspects of yourself, which means the stuff you did that within yourself, of your life. Everything is connected. When you are afraid or unsure, it is important to know you are never alone. You can do magic. We all can. That's the quantum web, if you want to go there, right? It's not that we're interconnected, we're all one thing, but in the illusions of separation, seeing the connection is part of that evolution of consciousness, part of exalted consciousness, if you ask me. We know enough about spiders, but this is the tarantula, not just the spider. So, spider magic, and specifically tarantula magic, is protective and connective. Like, look what the web actually does for the spider, right? While we don't just trap, while they, meaning the web, webs don't just trap prey, they support and protect the spider as well. It is a mistake to think that the spider magic is evil or dangerous, as very few cultures see the spider in this fashion. When you feel you need greater connection to life, or you need support, particularly in creative matters, ask the spider for help. And as part of a spiritual quest, right, to have that support, maybe of people, places, and things. I mean, maybe that's what you're looking at, like what's supporting me here and what isn't in the outer world. Regardless of what that may be, there is a thing of, well, I can be supported in the quantum web. Oh, and the camera light just came on because it's a cloudy day. He's still dealing with the lighting in the studio. So I like that, connections. And of course, that can also be friends and family, right? People that you know, not just spiritual connections, physical, emotional, mental ones as well. I'll get used to the light, it's okay. I will never take myself that seriously, folks. I just love what I do. I hope you're enjoying it, because I am. The Crystal Oracle, really brilliant. If you have the stone indicated, couldn't hurt, right? Even if you don't, grab something physical, a piece of jewelry, a rock, anything, and keep it handy on the spiritual. Keep it handy on the spiritual quest. Let's call to my beloved Archangel Ariel, shall we? Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ariel override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all with harm to none. As we will, so let it be done. I call upon the beloved Archangel Ariel, one of the archangels of the north. Powers of Earth. I guess that's why you wanted to be in this Taurus reading. Archangel of Nature, Archangel of Earth, Wind, and Fire. Actually, all the elements. One of the virtues, the commander of the virtues, the ones that actually move shit around to make miracles happen. Archangel of Lions, Ariel, please. What is your kind, wise, loving, empowered oracle message using the Crystal Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno to assist the Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers watching this video drawn to this reading to alchemize the Alchemist in the 8th, Two of Blades on the inner, Seven of Pentacles on the outer, on a spiritual quest with connections in this timeless shadow read. Selenite. Woo! I have so much selenite. Most of these decks are resting on, actually the majority of them are resting on pieces of selenite. It is my favorite stone. Just don't tell fluorite. It's not a really jealous stone though, is it? Gonna read you this because this one's pretty cool. I mean, I love selenite. Hello, my name is Mark. I am a selenite addict. Unfortunately, they don't have 12-step groups for that. Let's hope they never do. Telepathy. Yeah, you want this one. Telepathy, soul connection, peace, and tranquility. It is possible for you to connect with others energetically on a soul level and infuse them with love and healing. Now, let's stick a pin in this. Ethically, if that feels off, send love. Not healing. You send healing to their higher self. There's all sorts of ethics around that, from Reiki, Eastern, Western traditions. If somebody asks for your permission, just do it, right? You just do it. That's all you need is permission. That's just a rule I try and live by. This is telepathic communication in its highest form. Interesting with the Alchemist there. Excuse me, clearing out a head cold. Through the formless light of love, it is possible to both send and receive information, provided the information is sought and sent with love. Now, with that air going on inside out, right? Inside, back and forth, that card of analysis, really third eye crown. Like, really think about this and really check in with your solar plexus. Really, all three. If it's a one-on-one healing, right? Check your second chakra. Is there a violation there? Just trust me. You don't want to have to reincarnate for something like that. And really, if your intention is truly loving, the angels take care of it anyway. Remember, on a soul level, time and space do not really exist because all is interconnected and ultimately one. Tarantula, the peace and tranquility you seek can be found by connecting to that ultimate oneness. Go within, for in doing so you will realize that all is eternal, nothing is ever lost, and all that is eternally present, that there's only now, more Eastern than Western perhaps, but also I think quantum, really saying just one thing looking like a bunch of different things, is a simplified way of looking at it, but the truth, whether we believe it or not. So, that being said, certainly a piece of selenite would be helpful for this, but this is also, again, using a kind of telepathy, but with an open heart, right? So just, heal, you know, that's really not the gig, right? You don't want someone doing that to you unless you've asked for that. Yeah, just give me the jackhammer, right? Heal me, chakra jackhammer. But honestly, it's a spiritual quest, it's a journey. So, slow and steady wins the race, right? It's kind of more about your spiritual practice within your own self right now, and this might not even necessarily pertain to somebody outside of you, but in other words, this healing might be a solo gig, right? It might just be about you, and then who it heals through the interconnection. Interesting. Last card down. Matt Kahn, Healing Mantra. These work if you work them. I know all of them by heart. I just don't know all the bookie book by heart. So our last card down and our last bookie book read, and then we'll put it together in a blessimation. And let's see what comes out of my mouth then, shall we? Please take a nice deep breath. Still put. Ascended Masters override. The place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, I call upon you. On behalf of the Taurus Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their crosswatchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, what is the perfect healing mantra to help them alchemize? The Alchemist in the 8th, 2 of blades on the inner, 7 of pentacles on the outer, on a spiritual quest, removing them obstacles with connections, with that tarantula magic, using selenite for that telepathy, for that emotional healing, for that really quantum healing in this timeless shadow read. Grounding my energy, earth sign. It is safe to be in my body. I got that for one of the new 5-card draw spell kit reads. It is safe to be in your body. And this ain't the only body you've ever had, you know. Come on. Reincarnation, again, it's one of those things you don't have to necessarily believe in to at least look at and go, yeah, even if it's not true, it's still true, right? There's still so much to be learned from that. So grounding my energy, let me just read this one to you because it's good for me to hear it again as well. It is safe to be in my body. When your energy is grounded, you are no longer wrestling with the pain of the past or chasing after future outcomes. You dare to demonstrate your very best attributes and qualities, no matter how you are perceived or received by others, which is kind of helpful on a spiritual quest, right? Caroline Mace, bless her heart, she said, you know, your family's not supposed to be necessarily thrilled that all of a sudden you came home as a Buddhist, right? Unless they're all Buddhists, you know what I'm saying? She's right. It's like if they all agreed, it would be a cult, right? And then Macon said that. I love him. He's great. Well, not about Buddhists specifically, but you watch his stuff, you'll see it. With your energy grounded, your mind can relax and your body become a more enjoyable environment to inhabit. And is there anything more than an earth sign really wants, particularly Taurus? Head cold. This mantra is ideal for, what is that? Replacing compulsive thoughts, right? Because you're in the body, your energy's in here. And again, the 7 of Pentacles, that makes sense. Releasing addictive behavior and finding stability. Finding stability, step by step. Slow and steady wins the race on a spiritual journey here. So, we're going to put this together. We're going to put this together in a blessimation, a combination of the word blessing and summation. Slow it down, Mal. So after that, we'll talk about, you know, other cool stuff if you want to hang out for it. Otherwise, one last time, please. Please take a nice deep breath. Still Pantheon's override. A place for everything. And everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all with harm to none. As we will it. So let it be done. Beloved Pantheons of the Divine, may the Taurus Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers watching this video and who are drawn to this reading be blessed with all that they need to alchemize the shadow to light, the lead to gold, the pain to peace, the toxic to healthy, literally doing the alchemy with the alchemist archetype, transforming their base desires into and goals into golden wisdom. As they gather the information and analysis in the third eye and throat, chewing on it, think about it, chewing on it, think about it, while they perhaps reappraise where they have been, where they are, looking at the work that has come so far and perhaps even that which is ahead of them, but certainly paying attention to the lower 3 chakra intuition as they go, the survival intuition as they take this spiritual quest. Of their own free will or not. They're on a spiritual quest anyway. We're all spirit first. On a quest in physical body in a game called humanity. And so may they embrace the spider magic, the tarantula magic of connections, the interconnectivity of the cosmic web, of the unity of all, the unity that appears as billions and trillions and infinite numbers of manifestations, not just bodies, thoughts, emotions, desires, all of it, the E that equals MC squared. And may they connect with that telepathy, that vibrational healing, that real softness of sending information and receiving information with love in a purpose of healing for themselves, and really to alchemize everyone that they can as they ground their energy, because it is safe for them to be in their body. And may they be blessed with all that they need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to be the best that they can be, alchemizing their lead to gold, their shadow to light, their pain to peace, their toxicity to health, shifting from fear to love, and illusion from truth, for happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser lives, in happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser ways, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. Oh, so let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is. It was a hot read. Very grounded, too. Like, very, 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 very grounded. And yet, with two very kind of cosmic, quantum whoozy what's-this in there. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up. Help other Taurians and cross-watchers find the reading. If you would like to see more of me here on YouTube, subscribe and hit that notification bell. You'll see when I put something out. I try and put out something pretty much every day, except like Sundays and holidays and whatnot, because everybody needs a day off, particularly at my age, or blah, blah, blah. And if you want the deeper dive, come Patreon on Patreon. There's just so much going on there. I'm adding new stuff to the digital store. For anybody to come by, you do not have to be a subscriber. Shop on my Patreon platform. You can follow us for free, which is good because I'm putting out more and more public content just for them. You won't see it anywhere else. But all of my subscribers, once they are subscribers, get the daily check-ins, which I love. My favorite way to start the day. All the extended readings, there are loads of them. They're all timeless and relationship stuff based, as well as they get private sessions with me, spiritual counseling, and readings. Like we've had people 7-day free trial at Seeker first level, right? And just stay till the 8th day to get the discount, because that's only fair to the rest of them, right? As well as I'm doing Zoom recordings all over the planet, and let's talk about them, their private sessions, a little bit more. So there is a video in the description box explaining what I do in private sessions, called Booking Private Sessions with Mal. Really explains everything for you, whether we're doing cards, spiritual counseling, both, right? What I call a half and half hour of power, all sorts of stuff. Again, it talks about the discount. It talks about, well, particularly if you want to book me at the Magic Moon, that's outside of Drawing the Circle. You can call them directly and book me, which is amazing, by the way. I'm so grateful for that. But certainly you can reach out to me on Patreon. You can reach out to me on Facebook. You can reach out to me at drawingthecircle@gmail.com. It's all in the video. And the most important thing I say in that, which, let me tell you, I love doing what I do the way it's my favorite. It's my favorite art form of healing, is spiritual counseling and readings. But I've never turned anybody away because of lack of funds. I won't do it. That's not who I am. That's not who I want to be. And I'm a witch. There's a witch, there's a way. So I'm a witch, there's a way. We can work it out. We can work it out. So, that being said, thank you so much for watching. Honestly, very powerful read. To get an alchemy read with the Alchemist first card down really says a lot of your readiness for this, but it is a quest. Bulls have 2 speeds. Stop and charge. So try and find something in between if you can. Otherwise, I believe in you. Come on, you can do this. We need healthy, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise earth signs on the planet. Trust me, being a Virgo, I know. So hang in there. You can do this. I love you. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.